What's up everyone, this is Tony with JRNYcrypto. Today's video is going to be 5 reasons why I think Cardano ADA can hit 50 cents by the end of August. I'm going to go into detail in this video, show you guys my 5 reasons, as well as why I'm stacking ADA as much as possible before the mainnet launch at the end of July. So before we get started with the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, hit the bell to be notified when I release new videos. I'm doing 5 crypto videos per week. And also comment below what are your thoughts on Cardano and what is your price prediction for ADA by the end of 2020. So before we go over my 5 reasons why I think Cardano ADA can hit 50 cents by the end of August, I just want to go over the numbers to see the possibilities and what it would take. So we're here on CoinMarketCap. Cardano ADA is currently at 7.5 cents. It did have a temporary dip and the volume has fallen off, as you guys can see here. The volume spiked at the announcement of the Shelley mainnet roadmap and then has dropped off and is continuing to drop off, especially with the price of Bitcoin temporarily dropping from 10,000 to 9,300 as well. So with the price of Cardano ADA currently at 7 cents, what it would take to get to 50 cents, we would just divide 50 cents by the current price. It'd be 657% gains it would take to hit 50% from the current price. So I definitely think that's doable, especially since many other crypto projects have been doing those type of gains lately, especially leading up to their mainnets and staking. I think Cardano is going to be much bigger. It also has a Coinbase listing coming, in my opinion, which I'm going to go over a lot of this stuff in my 5 reasons. So I want to show you guys some of these altcoins that have been doing huge profits in the last couple weeks leading up to their mainnet launches. A primary reason why I think Cardano can do so well with the markets getting very bullish as well. So the first one here is Theta. This one started out at around 8 cents back in end of April. It went up all the way to around 55 cents very briefly. Was kind of stable around 45 cents and has found a correction level around 25 cents. So that one had huge profit going from 8 cents all the way up to 50 cents, pretty huge. T-Fuel is their second cryptocurrency. It started at 0.002 cents. It went up all the way to 0.022 cents. So that's 1,000% profit, just insane. So that's a 10x, that's way more than Cardano ADA would need to go from the current price to 50 cents. Zilliqa, they're leading up to their mainnet launch as well and staking, starting at 0.0004. It is now around 3 cents it hit, and now it's kind of coming back down, finding a correction, which is normal. So just insane. As you guys can see, many crypto altcoins are doing these types of gains. So I do think for Cardano ADA, it's going to be very simple for them, especially since they've been building up to this for the past 3 years. Everything they've been working on is for this launch that's coming up at the end of July. And then in August, the first staking rewards are going to be going out. And I do think a Coinbase listing will be coming in either August or September. So lots of massive things coming for Cardano that could definitely push the price to 50 cents. Personally, I think 50 cents is a conservative price for Cardano ADA. I'm pretty bullish in stacking as much as I can leading up to the end of July. Another altcoin, SparkPoint SRK, 3-month change, 2,100%, just insane. That's a 21x. This is a small cap altcoin though, so not many people know about it. Definitely a hidden gem. Check this project out if you haven't already. There's some videos on my channel about SparkPoint as well. So reason number 1 why I think Cardano could hit that 50 cents by the end of August is they're launching their mainnet, and that launch is supposed to be on July 29th. So they have a lot of other notable dates here as well before the Shelley hard fork mainnet launch. So if they're hitting all these dates and actually launching things on time, I definitely think that that's going to help the price rise even more. Because one thing people are very speculative on in the crypto space is delays with these crypto projects. Ethereum has been delaying phase 0 ETH2 for over a year now. So I definitely think a lot of people are just expecting Cardano ADA to delay as well. But I definitely think they wouldn't release a roadmap like this unless they were very certain they were very close to launching. So Hopefully everything goes well and it does launch on July 29th like the roadmap says. Even if there is temporary delays, I definitely think it could still hit that 50-cent price. Keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. These are just my personal opinions, and this video is for entertainment purposes only. So here's the roadmap more zoomed in. So currently we're about to have the Shelly test wallet available, which should be on June 16th. So if that comes out in 2 days, that's going to be a good sign that they're hitting their roadmap dates. Hard fork combinator test, Shelly code release, June 30th. And then the Shelly hard fork is the big date here. That's going to be the what everything is coming together for. So it's going to hard fork from the current Byron era to the Shelly era. And then staking will be available. And first staking rewards are set to come out on August 18th. So that's pretty huge as well. I definitely think a lot of people are stacking ADA right now just in anticipation for staking rewards. And definitely leading up to the end of July, the closer we get, I definitely think people are going to buy it just for the FOMO, anticipating the price rising a lot like all these other altcoins have. So Cardano price rallied 60% following Shelly proof of stake upgrade announcement. So just from the announcement of that roadmap showing the date that the hard fork will happen and everything that's planned out, that made it go up 60%. So people were FOMOing just on that. If you guys can see the volume on CoinMarketCap, at the end of May, the volume definitely picked up tremendously and has dropped off since, and the price has gone down as well. It did temporarily hit 9 cents. We were at about 5.5 cents before this announcement. So we're back around 7.5 cents, which for me is a good buy-in price. I'm going to be stacking some and doing dollar cost averaging on ADA until the end of July, and then see where it goes from there. But definitely I'm bullish, especially since the price hasn't exploded that big yet. If you look at the bigger picture, the price is still pretty low in comparison to the last bull run where it went over $1. So it has gone over $1.30 billion market cap. Charles Hoskinson has talked about Cardano ADA hitting a $1 trillion market cap and how that's possible. That could be 5 or 10 years down the line, but with what this project is doing, I definitely think it's possible in the long term. But in the short term, I definitely think that 50 cents is a pretty conservative price point for Cardano ADA, with everyone buying for staking and the mainnet launch and possibly a Coinbase listing. That's going to have demand surging at the same time as people taking ADA out of circulation for staking is going to make cause a supply shock. So that's just a formula for a massive price rally. So reason number 2 is going to be staking for Cardano ADA. So staking has become very huge in the cryptocurrency space. It allows you to earn passive income in that crypto while you're holding that coin anyways in anticipation of the price rising. So not only are you going to be making profit on the coins you're holding, but you're also making passive income paid in that crypto as well, which I think is really huge. And staking is really becoming very popular lately. A lot of cryptos are working on switching to staking, like Ethereum. Cardano ADA is doing it. Many altcoins are now switching to proof of stake as well. I definitely think this helps the project rise with market cap and makes it much more popular as well. So if you go to Binance or KuCoin or other platforms, they offer a lot of staking options already, but these are smaller cap altcoins that aren't as big yet. So I definitely think Cardano ADA being one of the first top 20 cryptos that's really pushing staking this big, I definitely think is going to have a massive impact, especially if Coinbase is offering staking directly on their platform. I think it's going to be pretty huge, especially at the mainnet launch. Lots of FOMO happening all at once with many other things as well. So staking is expected to yield 7 to 10% for the first year. These figures can be different though, so just keep that in mind. So this staking calculator, there's one on the Cardano website as well as one on stakingrewards.com. So you could enter the amount you want to stake for ADA and you'll get figures of how much passive income you can earn monthly and yearly. Very interesting in my opinion. I wouldn't look at the USD value though, because that's at the current price of the coin. Once the price goes up, the amount you're actually yielding in the USD value is going to be much different. So I would look at how much you're getting paid in the coin, not the USD value. So with 1 million ADA staking, you would make 72,000 ADA per year. So that's pretty huge. If ADA goes to $1 and you sell your whole year of staking rewards at $1, that would be $72,000 in passive income for that single year on a $76,000 investment. That's practically doubling it. And you're also, what you're staking is now worth $1 million as well. So $1,072,000 you made on a $76,000 investment in 1 year, in the scenario that Cardano ADA does hit $1 in 1 year's time and you sell everything at that time. Of course, we have no idea where it's going to be in a year. It could be even $5 or $10 by that time. We really have no idea. It could be 50 cents even. We really have no idea where the crypto space is going to be at that time and what the economy is like as well. So if you wanted to stake 100,000 ADA, that's more realistic for the average investor, around $7,500. You're going to yield 7,200 ADA per year. So if that goes to $1, that's $7,000 a year. Pretty good in my opinion, since you're only putting around 7,500. But keep in mind, these percentages can change. On the Cardano website, the percentages are a little different. If you can see, if you put 100,000, it says 10% for the yearly, which would be 10,000 ADA. So you'd be making $10,000 if you sold at $1. So do keep in mind the percentages will be different, but you will be yielding passive income. Anything over 5% is better than pretty much any traditional market. And I definitely think a lot of traditional investors are going to be getting into these staking projects for the first time to earn some passive income at the same time as making money as their staking wallet increases. So that's another huge benefit to staking that I really like. Not only are you going to be earning passive income, but also what you're staking is also going up in value as well. Just a win-win in my opinion. So definitely a massive factor. That's reason number 2 for me. Reason number 3 is going to be, I think a Coinbase listing is coming very soon after the mainnet launch. Back in 2018, 2 years ago now, Coinbase announced that they do have interest in listing Cardano ADA as well as some other cryptos. They've listed every other cryptocurrency here besides Cardano ADA, and that's because the mainnet is not launched yet, and I definitely think they want to have a big launch weekend and do as much revenue as they can, as well as if they're going to be offering staking directly on the platform, they're going to want to be ready for that, and that's going to be a much better launch weekend for them. So definitely I think a Coinbase listing is coming for ADA sometime end of July or August or September. So shortly after that mainnet launch, I definitely think that's going to be coming. If not those months, definitely by the end of 2020 in my opinion. So this chart here on Crypto Differ, it shows the effect of listing on Coinbase and the profits in percentages that other cryptos had listing on Coinbase. This is without anything else big happening around that time as well. So you have to consider Cardano ADA could have Coinbase coming as well as staking as well as the mainnet launch all at once. That's going to create a ton of interest in this project, and I definitely think that's a bullish scenario that could push this project well over 50 cents. So other projects here that listed, Always Go. If you bought before the Coinbase Pro announcement and sold after the Coinbase listing, you made 190% profit. So as you guys can see, many projects that list on Coinbase have a pump just from the announcement of the listing. So this was in a bear market as well. You have to consider that we are going into a bullish market. So I definitely think Cardano ADA, with other big things happening around the same time, can create a lot more FOMO, and it can definitely have a much bigger pump than any of these other projects. So I definitely think that's another big factor. Reason number 4 is going to be that the crypto space has come very far since the last bull run at the end of 2017. So I posted this today on Twitter. Last bull run, end of 2017, what was happening that was so huge to cause so much FOMO? Retail investors were swarming to buy crypto just due to the fact that people were making a good profit. This time around, we have Bitcoin having ETH staking, ADA staking, DeFi, and so much more. So definitely some big projects launching staking, I think is going to be bigger than the Bitcoin halving itself. ADA and Ethereum both launching staking. I do think Ethereum is going to be delayed possibly till 2021. So that's definitely another reason why I think ADA can have such a huge price surge, is because Ethereum won't be competing with it at the same time. So that's definitely a good thing as well. But overall, all of these things happening around the same time is going to be huge for the crypto space in general, and I definitely think that's why we could pass that 1 trillion global market cap for the first time. So you guys have to remember that Bitcoin and Ethereum, the better they do, the better the entire crypto space does as well. So anything good for the top 10 cryptos is going to be good for every crypto. Most crypto projects I see competing with each other. It's really not necessary in my opinion. Everything that's good for crypto is going to be good for the entire crypto space and help bring in new people, which will help them find these other projects that are better to invest in as well. So on top of that, we have endless fiat being printed and a shaky economy. What happens when increased inflation kicks in on top of crypto getting another rush of retail FOMO? I'm expecting the biggest bull run we have ever seen in any market in 2021. This scenario is extremely bullish and will likely put crypto on a whole new level. This is why many predict Bitcoin price of $100,000 or even $1 million per Bitcoin and Ethereum price of $10,000. It's only a matter of time before all of this plays out. So that's my reason number 4 is the crypto space has come much farther and we have much more happening now. People can now earn a lot of passive income off of many different cryptos. So that's going to bring in a lot of retail FOMO in my opinion, and that alone can cause another bull run and push all cryptos up. So while Cardano has all these big things happening, launching in a bullish market is even better in my opinion and can push it to even higher highs. So Grayscale and other institutional companies are now offering solutions for their investors as well. So Grayscale has really surged in the amount of Bitcoin they're buying lately. If you guys can see this chart, just 1 year later, they have bought 30 million Bitcoin in Q1, when in Q1 2018, they only bought around 5 million. So just insane in my opinion. Lots of retail and institutional investors are going to be getting in for the first time very soon, especially with everything happening in the economy and coronavirus and all the inflation that's coming as well. Which leads up to my next reason. Reason number 5 is going to be inflation and crypto being a hedge against inflation. So Paul Tudor Jones, a massive investor, billionaire, reported he buys Bitcoin as an inflation hedge, and he compared crypto to the 70s gold trade, which is pretty huge. So legendary trader Paul Tudor Jones is reportedly buying Bitcoin as an inflation hedge as central banks around the globe print money. So it's only common sense that as the banks around the world are printing trillions of dollars, that it would make sense that a higher percentage of inflation is coming per year very soon. And if you do want to protect your money, keeping it in savings, you're actually losing value on that money. The purchasing power of that money goes down with inflation every year. While if you keep it in gold or crypto and that is going up, since it's a finite asset, you're actually going to be making money on that money rather than losing purchasing power. So that's one thing many people don't really understand, is that by putting money in your savings account, you're losing about 2 to 3% purchasing power per year. With inflation, average per year is around 3%. With the government's printing trillions of dollars, I definitely think that's going to be around 10% for the following 2 years. Could be even more. So there's 46.8 million millionaires in the world. All of these people wanting to find a hedge against inflation. It's going to be a rush of FOMO in my opinion. Of course, not all of these millionaires are going to be looking to buy cryptos and Cardano ADA, but I do think a large percentage of this will be looking to invest at least a small percentage of their portfolio into Bitcoin and other altcoins, especially ones doing staking like Cardano ADA for passive income. I think is going to be very appealing to the traditional investor, especially since traditional markets only yield about 3 to 4% on average. So if you're able to yield 7% on the crypto you're holding, at the same time that the crypto you're holding and staking is going up tremendously in value as well, that's just a win-win. And as word of this spreads, I think people are just going to be rushing in to get as much coins as they can for staking for the long term. So this picture shows inflation and purchasing power, like I was talking about. So inflation silent robbing you of purchasing power since 1913. So 1998, you can see what you could purchase with $20. And I experienced this firsthand, so I definitely know the struggle of this and how this has really played out. You don't really see it from year to year, but when you look at 20 years or 40 years or 50 years down the line, you can really see the difference. So 1998, you get a shopping cart full of stuff for 20 bucks. 2005, about half a shopping cart. And then 2014, only a few items. And now if you go forward to now, you're probably getting 2 items for 20 bucks, if that. So the effects of inflation, you don't notice it in the short term, but definitely it's going to creep up on you and rob you of your money if you are keeping it in savings. So if you had $100,000 sitting in your savings account in 1998 and you haven't touched it, now that money has a lot less purchasing power. So that is one thing to consider, and as more people realize that, I think more people are going to be buying cryptos and other assets as a hedge against inflation. So the effects of inflation are already hitting us. If you guys see this chart, food at home prices surge. April 2020, 2.6%. That's towering over any previous month since 2010. Just insane. If you guys see, the inflation per year is only 3.15%. So 2.6%, that's nearly the amount of inflation we experience per year. Just insane. That's in a single month. So that's not including the effect of the trillions of dollars that's being printed by banks and governments around the world. So once that inflation kicks in and reflects on the price of goods, I think we could see anywhere from 5 to 15% inflation per year. And that could definitely be even more than that as well. So definitely once we see the effects of inflation kicking in, that alone is going to make the price of cryptos go up, because crypto is a finite asset, and inflation basically makes your purchasing power of your dollar go down. So the amount of crypto you can purchase with that same amount of dollars goes down. So you have to spend more to get that same amount of crypto. So that alone is a pretty bullish scenario in my opinion, on top of the crypto space being pretty bullish in general, especially with the Bitcoin halving just happening and all these projects launching their mainnets and everything advancing, and especially with people looking at crypto as a hedge against inflation now as well. I think a massive surge of demand is coming, as well as the effects of inflation alone is definitely going to be pushing the crypto space to new highs. So I definitely think 2021 is going to be the year for crypto. So if we look at usdebtclock.org, the U.S. national debt is now $26 trillion, a new all-time high. That's just insane. U.S. total debt, $77 trillion. Just insane. Total personal debt, $20 trillion. These numbers are insane. If you see U.S. federal tax revenue, this amount is constantly going down as well. So these are bad figures. National debt continues to rise as U.S. federal debt goes down, and the governments keep printing more and more money to support businesses through these hard times. So definitely that's going to cause some massive inflation, but there's nothing really we can do about that. It's better than going into a total depression with the economy from all these businesses going out of business. So it's definitely necessary, but that is a reason why the price of cryptos will be going up in the future. So one bonus reason is going to be the price of Bitcoin and the Bitcoin halving. So this chart here shows the previous Bitcoin halvings and the price rallies they've had after the Bitcoin halving. So Bitcoin could hit $115,000 in August 2021 based on the change in the stock to flow ratio across each halving. So if we look at this chart, the first Bitcoin halving had a 9,200% rise after the first Bitcoin halving, and that was in the following year. So it does seem after the Bitcoin halving, the biggest price effect does come about a year after the Bitcoin halving. So that puts us at our peak price of over $100,000 Bitcoin around August 2021. So the second Bitcoin halving after the halving, which was at the end of 2016, we saw the peak rally at the end of 2017. So that was 2,900%. Just insane. And every time this happens, the price levels out at a much higher price than it started at the previous halving. So that's another thing to consider as well. So this third Bitcoin halving we just had in the beginning of May 2020. So 1 year from that, we'll be looking at summer of 2021 is when we should be looking at these massive price surges. So I definitely think over 1,000% price gains is coming for Bitcoin, considering this chart. So the first Bitcoin halving had 9,000%. The second one had about 3,000%. The third one should have more than 1,000%, especially with everything else going on as well. I definitely think it could be much higher. So 1,000% from the current price of Bitcoin, around $10,000, is going to be around a $100,000 price level for Bitcoin. With Bitcoin going up that high, it's going to bring all the altcoins with it. That's just how the crypto space goes. When Bitcoin has a dip, every altcoin dips with it. And that's just because every crypto is basically paired against Bitcoin as the main pairing. So whenever Bitcoin does have a major move, all the altcoins are going to temporarily move with it, and then they'll correct as time goes based on that crypto's value. So this will stay this way until every crypto is pretty much paired against a stable coin as their primary pairs. So I definitely think that's something the crypto space should be working on in general, is pairing altcoins against stable coins as the main pairing on exchanges. If we do that, then the price of Bitcoin won't affect the price of altcoins as much. So that could be a good thing. But also when the price of Bitcoin is rising, that's definitely a great thing that altcoins are paired against Bitcoin as well. So that alone, a 10x we could expect in 1 year. So Cardano ADA, with all this stuff happening, just Bitcoin price going up is going to make the price of Cardano ADA go up. If Cardano ADA got a 10x, that would be about 80 cents per ADA. So that's pretty huge. That's passing that 50-cent level. But I definitely think we're going to be passing that 50-cent level in the short term as well, before the end of 2020, definitely. So analyst predicts next bull run will send Bitcoin to $150,000 and Ether to $9,000. I definitely think these are very good price predictions. I definitely agree with these as well, especially with cryptos launching staking now, earning passive income. I definitely think Ether and especially Cardano ADA is going to have the highest return on investment in the crypto space out of the top 20. So right now Bitcoin is in a rising wedge, as I pointed out in my last video. We are still in this rising wedge. We did temporarily go under it, but we still are in this rising wedge. So if this does play out, we should be going to a price of around $11,500 Bitcoin sometime in July. So if that happens, that'll give Cardano ADA a pretty good price pump as well. At the same time is all this bullish stuff happening for Cardano ADA. That could definitely help it push past that 50-cent level very easily. So hopefully this does play out well for Bitcoin, because if this does break out to 11,500 or more, that could even rise even higher. And that would definitely be very bullish for altcoins as well. So all this stuff happening for Cardano ADA at the same time as the crypto space being pretty bullish in general, and then the price of Bitcoin moving up at the same time, all scenarios that help the price of Cardano ADA move up. I definitely think the volume is going to be spiking as we lead up to the mainnet launch. And then staking, people are going to be taking more and more ADA out of circulation for staking, and the price is definitely going to be moving up. So that was my 5 reasons why I think Cardano ADA is bullish and will be moving up past 50 cents by the end of August. I'm definitely bullish on this crypto the most out of the top 20 cryptos. I'm stacking as much as I can when I can. This price dip is just an opportunity for me, getting it at about 10% cheaper than it was previously. So definitely I'll be purchasing more ADA, trying to get as much as I can before the launch of staking, just to lock in that better passive income rate. So I hope you guys found the video useful. If you did, please subscribe and share the video with your friends, anyone that might take interest in Cardano. Also, please comment below, what are your thoughts on Cardano and what price prediction do you have for the end of 2020? Thank you guys again for watching the video. I do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.